Okay, Libras, March 2023 General Tarot Forecast. Let's talk about you in the month of March. Okay, we have some huge things happening this month. If you haven't seen my March 2023 comprehensive astrology video, it will be linked below. So you can get some more information about transits happening there. For those of you who are new, hit the subscribe button if it resonates and come check out this channel on Patreon. Okay, Libras, month of March 2023, you are already on track, okay? There's not much I need to tell you guys, honestly. There's not much that I need to talk about for you because you've already got it figured out. You've already done a lot of the work. You're like good, okay? But a lot of people aren't, and let's talk about kind of having things figured out and also dealing with a lot of like different ideas from other people who maybe don't understand things and like reconciling that in your life. Okay. Saturn has moved into Pisces, which means that people are very concerned with their spiritual path. People are very concerned also with the legalities of their religion, the legalities of their society, and the way that that can work with them. Okay. So it's very possible with Saturn in Pisces to see people who try to use the church to their favor, or people who try to also like use lawyers or use like bigger systems to do their bidding. Try to ask yourself if it's something that you want for the rest of your life, if it's something that you want like generating karma for the rest of your life, because when we deal with these like bigger macro things, it causes the entire life to be affected sometimes by it. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily even relevant for many Libra people, but I want you to understand that like it could be relevant to other people around you, or you could be like having a lot of people coming to you, asking your advice for things like this. Like, should I sue this business? Should I like convert to this religion? Should I like these like big life questions? You will probably have some degree of control over people, right? Because you're Libra, right? You're the symbol of justice. You're the symbol of like the decision-making process that people go through when they decide to embark things like that. So you might have to really take on some karma, or like it could be very karmic also for it to be you, the one that made that decision for that person. So what I would do if I were a Libra is I would put the out of office sign up and pursue your own goals and your own dreams. That's where the magic is for you. But there's also like some people who get like a major ego thrill out of like other people coming to them to make decisions and kind of feeling like puppeteers as well. That's like the devil energy. That's can be very productive for some people, but I think that you have a lot more power as an individual force, and some of that stuff could weigh you down. So like major ownership, major questions of relevance in a locality or in nationality as well is, what do I say? It's indicated, but it's permanent, okay? And it's really changing who you are if you step into things like that. But at a smaller level, I would recommend that you listen to Virgo's reading, especially if you have Virgo in your chart, because I talked more about this there. But you have your path under your control, and I almost feel like that's the most important thing to have here, and to not need to control other people's paths, or to not need to create conflicts, or to not need to create other people's peace either. I don't know, this is kind of strange, but like some people are very addicted to conflict. And I mean, we see this all around the world right now. Like people just want it. Like they're like thirsty for conflict and for strategy and for things like that. And I feel like you've just already gotten it figured out. You have at a more mundane level new projects coming in, the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. You have also the 5 and the 4, the 5, the Page of Pentacles. There's a different money context. You might be saving more or less. You might be investing differently. You might be thinking differently about how to hold value in your life. And that seems really beneficial for you. Also, there's something very golden about the choices that you're making right now, too. What are the golden choices in your life? What are the silver choices? What are the bronze choices? Try to maybe create hierarchies for yourself about, like hierarchy of priorities, right? I talk about that a lot. Try to assess your hierarchy of priorities and try to understand like what your actions that you're taking unconsciously or naturally do in regards to that hierarchy of priorities. You might be surprised. That's the most important thing for this month. Week to week. Week number 1, 8 of Cups rooted down by 7 of Swords. Walking away from people who take advantage. Walking away from also systems that are designed to take advantage. Okay, working for another person's passive income. Working for someone else's gain. Working for your own decline, all right? So incline and decline of energy levels based on how you work is important to measure up right now too. And there's probably some walking away to do there, not just for you, for everybody, because our entire system revolves around this kind of concept right now, and it's actually not possible to be out of it completely. There's a major sliding scale, and I think that you understand that well, of like how much we're involved in like this system where like most people work for other people's gain and things like that. Try to adjust that to the most beneficial place for you. Week number 2, the 3 of Pentacles rooted down by the 10 of Cups. Building a new family, building a new sense of well-being, building a new project. I really like the new stuff for you right now. Also with the Page of Pentacles coming up. The new, shiny, fresh stuff is where it's at for Libra. And if you need some of the old things to kind of like build that up, I think that that's worth it. But try to not overdo it there. Like try to not overdo things that you don't want to do or overdo things that you don't feel are helping you right now. All right. Also remember that things can always return. I feel like that's great with the 10 of Cups. It's like knowing that we're making choices, that we're making changes, that we're growing, perhaps as a family, but also knowing that the things that we say goodbye to now aren't necessarily forever. They may be, but they may not be. Like trying to know that things don't have to be so extreme is good here. Week number 3, the Page of Pentacles rooted down by the 6 of Wands. Confidence in new projects, confidence in new seeds planted, confidence in the support of the universe that it requires to do something new or to change things. So basically Libras, all of the chaos, havoc, or darkness that you've experienced, I think is connected to a lack of trust of universal support. Because there were darker paths that I feel that many people were on, and during that time they couldn't be supported because the failures that came would end up helping them more later. But that doesn't seem like a path that many people are on in 2023. Therefore, you can be more confident in the changes that you make now because your light body or your aura or your greater, I suppose, outlook on life may have seriously changed your universal support construct. Of course, this is a wide audience of people that are listening to this, so I can't speak for every single person. But certain intentions that have rebuked themes of codependency and stepped away from certain addictive cycles, stepped away from certain themes of abuse, will naturally inspire more support. And the 3rd week of March is going to really show that to you. I would allow myself, that's the equinox, right? I would allow myself to trust enough to plant that new seed, okay? Week number 4, the 5 of Pentacles rooted down by the 4 of Pentacles reversed. You just kind of get to see that money actually means nothing. It's nothing it's not real. It has a connotation, and it does have impact. But it is severely limited in this new paradigm because people need to understand more about the way that relationships, service, and being true to themselves forms a much greater currency than money. So what I'm trying to say here, this is a little bit dependent on people's choices. Yes, if we want to be in a situation that's not really in alignment with who we are or where we're meant to be, it's going to cost a lot of money, and we're going to need a lot of money to do that. That's true. But doing what you love is going to generate your well-being, and doing not just what you love, but being methodical, consistent, and strong in what you're purposeful about. Okay, this is not about I love eating donuts, so I'm going to go and eat donuts all day and trust that the universe pulls through for me. It's not like that. It's a different part of the brain than that. This is not even about the brain at all. This is about the ethereal connection to God. But the brain processes that. So does other parts of the body. But the brain generates certain connections which are affected by environmental issues, and there can be confusion. But I think that you get a lot clearer, Libras, and let's talk more about that in your extended reading, about the clarity that does come through as you start to get a healthier mind, body, and spirit, and how you actually are strong enough to totally generate your well-being. Okay, that'll be linked below, Libras. Have a beautiful month. Bye.